Welcome to the chapter Food.
This slide presents the overview of the chapter. Learning objectives. By the end of this chapter, you will be able to
Understand the importance of food. Explain the various ingredients of food. Know the important sources of food. Explain the production of honey. Know what do animals eat. Describe the classification of animals based on their food habits.
Introduction. Before entering into the chapter, follow the instructions shown on the screen. Click each tab to know more.
In lower classes, we learned that all living beings need food. Food provides us energy for doing different activities and helps us to grow and remain healthy. Do you know about the components and sources of food? How the food is cooked? What are the materials required for preparing the food which we eat? How does the food get its taste? How honey is produced? What do animals eat? The classification of animals based on their food habits. Let us try to answer these questions and learn more about food. Food. Abhi, what are your favorite food items? Sir, I like laddu, chicken biryani, idli sambar, puri and potato curry. Okay, daily we eat different types of food materials, but some food items like rice, dal, vegetables and curd are common in major parts of Andhra Pradesh. But on special occasions, we eat a variety of food items. Do you know about the components and their sources of food and how they are cooked? No, sir. Okay. It may be difficult to you to answer because generally we are interested in eating food rather than about other things such as the material we need to prepare potato curry or brinjal curry. Though we take food for our health and energy, it is also important to know the materials required for the preparation of the food which we eat. So, now, let us discuss the ingredients, processing and sources of food in detail. Food ingredients. Materials required to prepare different kinds of food items are termed as ingredients. In order to prepare a dish, 2 or more than 2 ingredients are needed. Example 1. To prepare boiled rice, rice and water are used. Thus, rice and water are said to be the ingredients for boiled rice. Example 2. When you purchase the packed items like food, biscuits, chocolates or any soft drink, then you will find their ingredients mentioned on their packets. Joseph, do you know from where these ingredients come? Yes, sir. We obtain vegetables and fruits from plants, whereas eggs, milk and meat from animals. Okay, good, Joseph. Now, perform a drag and drop activity for the ingredients listed. Find out the source of each ingredient. If it is a plant, mark P, or an animal A, or something else E. Okay, sir. Rahim, do you know what type of ingredients are used to prepare biryani? Yes, sir. To make biryani, we use different types of ingredients like ilachi, lavang, biryani leaves, dalchini, pepper, cashew nuts, almonds, etc. Okay, now let us do an activity to identify the parts of the plants which are used as food. There are two columns given. The left column consists of the names of different plants. Drag the parts of the plants into the corresponding rows of the right column. Here, let us perform an activity to observe how seeds get sprouted. Click each tab to know more. Take a few Moong or Bengal gram seeds. Soak a few Bengal gram seeds in water and leave it aside for 1 day. On the next day, drain the excess water completely and cover the seeds in wet cloth. Leave them aside for 1 day. After 1 day, open the seeds carefully and observe them. Growth of small whitish structures is observed out of the seeds. The growth of small whitish structures indicates that the seeds have sprouted. Wash these sprouted seeds and eat them. These sprouted seeds can also be eaten as snacks by boiling them. If you want a good taste, add some spices and get tasty snacks to eat. Let us study how honey is produced from bees. We all are aware of honey and all of us love to eat it. But do you know how it is produced? Well, let us learn about it. Generally, you might have observed a beehive on a tree where so many bees keep buzzing. These bees collect nectar from flowers and convert it into honey and store it in their hive. Later, the bee then takes the nectar back to the hive and drops the honey into the bee wax comb. Bee wax comb is hexagonal in shape, made of wax produced by the bees. Flowers and their nectar are available only during a part of the year, so bees store this nectar throughout the year. When we find such a beehive on a plant, we collect the food stored by the bees as honey. Here let us perform an activity to know what different animals eat. Click each tab to know more. Observe different types of animals in your surroundings. Observe what they do usually to eat and how they obtain their food. Note the observations in the tabular column. The table on the screen gives information about what different animals eat. From the above activity, we have observed that different animals eat different types of food. Some animals like goats, cows, and sheep eat common food. Classification of animals based on their food. Herbivores, carnivores, omnivores. Click each tab to know more. Herbivores. Herbivores are the animals which depend only on plants for food like leaves, flowers, fruits, or even wood. Examples: deer, sheep, horses, rabbits, snails, etc. Parrot, which eats fruits and nuts of a plant, can also be called a herbivore. Carnivores. Carnivores are the animals which depend only on other animals for their food. A carnivore is a predator because it has to find and catch its prey. Some carnivores, such as wolves, hunt in a group called a pack. The eagle is a carnivorous bird. It flies high in the sky looking for animals. Omnivores. Omnivores are the animals which depend on both plants and animals for food. Examples of omnivores are bear, hen, human beings, etc.
Follow-up work. Take up the following activities.
Every day, we eat different types of food items from morning to night. Discuss with your friends and collect the information about what food they had eaten yesterday. Record the information in the given table. List out some of the food items you like to eat and try to find out what materials are used to prepare them. What is your favorite cooked food? Find out how it is prepared. Write down the recipe in your notebook. Make a list of animals and insects from which we get food. List the animals which give us milk, meat, and egg. List the animals which give us meat and egg. List the animals which give us milk and egg. List the animals which give us milk and meat. Observe the following animals in your surroundings. Find out how they get their food. Observe them every day for at least a week. Write whatever you have observed in your notebook and display it on your wall magazine. Spider in a web. Hen in the garden. Butterfly on a flower. Prepare a scrapbook of animals and separate them into carnivores, omnivores, and herbivores. You have successfully completed the chapter Food.